Some Singaporeans say they don't want to have many foreigners or new immigrants coming to Singapore, and the population of 6 million is already enough. But let me tell you what, even 10 million is not enough. Maybe 1 billion. What's wrong with having more foreigners to save our country? With them around, we can even see many colors in life too. Like Indians and Chinese could marry together and they could give birth to someone like as beautiful as Michelle Salem. Indian plus Chinese, pop, a Chindian goddess. If we don't have foreigners coming in, our life in Singapore is not just dull, but also bad. Very bad that until our life could become so inward, until we could become so poor, self-centered, and also ignorant. But then Singapore will become the most lao kui country in the world. Just look at the Olympics, especially the table tennis game. Can Singapore become the winner easily if we don't have citizens converted from China? Many countries in the world are sourcing for foreign talents everywhere to be competitive, not just in the Olympics, and they could even offer them citizenship freely and instantly. If Singapore is not following the same way, it will become a loser as a whole, and will adversely affect many Singaporeans. So now, anyone dare to bet that Singapore will be better than now if we stop foreigners from coming in? We may hear that many Singaporeans, especially those working in high positions, have been losing their jobs to many foreigners that now have to become Grab drivers or food delivery men. However, have they forgotten how they've been enjoying their life, wasting their money and time when they were in their good times? Yet now they are complaining they have become Grab driver and food delivery men and put all the blame on the government. This is really ridiculously ridiculous. Despite all this have been happening, the majority of Singaporeans are still living comfortably. If you're going to stop foreigners from coming in or abolish the Sika, Singapore will really become a piece of booger in my nose. Let me check. Nothing. Other people will laugh at Singapore for being stupid for stopping foreigners coming in. If we keep on stopping foreigners from coming in, it will damage Singapore's standing as a global and regional hub, unless we want to see Singapore become a fishing village or be the yesteryear. Sometimes it's really stupid of us if we keep on thinking how good the yesteryear life was. Instead, we should think of future year, like how and where we could enjoy our life during our retirement. Let's say somewhere in Philippines. This is what many retirees of other countries are doing. Enjoy! They know it's easy to retire in the city side of Los Angeles and they have to go out to the countryside to enjoy their retirement. Unfortunately, Singapore doesn't have big countryside. Even the kelong in the sea is not free either. However, we could go to Malaysia or even Cambodia to enjoy our retirement. If not, we could still go to Tanjung Pinang for the rest of our life until we die of enjoyment. No. In fact, working until 50 years old is already enough, and we should let the new generation of foreigners to take over, and we shouldn't make our life so hard. Getting as many skilled and talented foreigners, cheap foreign laborers, and rich foreigners to come in Singapore is so important so that Singapore will not lose out in Asia and also in the world. As such, we should be glad that foreigners are coming in, whether they are from China, India, Myanmar, Philippines, Vietnam, etc. to Singapore. If Singapore still will stay inward but not outward, then how are we going to compete with other big countries even like Malaysia? Moreover, many Singaporeans do not have certain qualities to complement together to advance our country. When I say qualities, I also mean the way we think, not just educations, skill or talents. There are still many Singaporeans who are very careful and afraid to chiong. You know what I'm saying? During this pandemic, many places I go are like ghost towns or ghost shopping malls. There are many restaurants closing down or they are like serving ghosts on tables. Do you know that many retailers and restaurants, even hawkers opened by Singaporeans, are so happy to have influx of foreigners coming in to get their business booming? So in conclusion, Singapore must continue to welcome foreign workers and other foreigners if we don't want to see Singapore become a booger. So what are those ironic complaints about? Huh? Are they really Singaporeans?
Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, share. Stay tuned for more to come.